Relax. I like a cold open. That's what a cold open is. All right. Sounds off. Cool. All right, I put out the link. Let's ride. All right, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of FIYAfilmz. I am your host, LK the God, the Deity, the Mogul. I'm here with some very good friends of mine. But first, I would like to tell everybody to please subscribe on our YouTube channel. Also, comment, leave a like, and also find us on all your podcast networks. Also, was that Spotify, iTunes, YouTube Music, Deezer, iHeart, everywhere podcasts are available. And we have merch available too. Fire Squad, hit up somebody from the Fire Squad Mafia to get some merch. Thank you. Now, we have da 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 go.
Yo, sorry I'm mobile today, y'all. I left my laptop at home, spend the night at my mom's because might be going to Jersey, go get me a new car.
Hey,
Oh shit.
new car
Hey.
flow. We have Sifload, aka Funko Pop Poppy. Also, we have B Meezy with the black cheesy.
Oh yeah. I'm mobile too. I'm moving and shit. So sorry if it drops out.
Hey, new car, new houses. We doing big things.
Hey, here we go.
Fire Squad doing big things. Also, we have live from Liberty, Sizzle, C Jizzle, aka Huffco Poppy. What are we puffing on tonight, my good friend?
Tonight, I don't know. I got a smorgasbord of stuff for the birthday weekend, so I got
Hey, birthday
some-
tomorrow. Hey.
yeah, man. I got some Jack Harrow. Everything I got a solvent list. Like I just got a bunch of like upscale dabs, so like I'm just gonna be plowing through that tomorrow, having a good day. I got some pre-98 Bubba Kush, so we taking it back to the 90s for that one, and hopefully that smacks as good as it smells. Yeah, man. I'm already a little baked, obviously, and ready to get into these movies.
Yes. Now, we have Shang-Chi to talk about. We could break that down. But that's the main event. But first, we have to talk about What If, episode 5. What If Zombies? Now, let's get initial thoughts on this episode. Let's start with B-Mac, please.
Yeah, it was probably the best one of the season so far for me. I mean, that's not really saying too much, but yeah, it was cool. I like we got 2 straight episodes of Hank Pym doing some dumb shit. Well, nah, it wasn't really his fault. He just stumbled into some dumb shit this time. But yeah, I'm not really too big on What If to this point. They got 4 episodes left, so let's see how they finish it. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, it seems like they just do like an MCU version of What If versus like the actual comic stuff. So it's really it's not what I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's cool, but like it wasn't anything like the real Marvel zombies.
Right.
But yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. Jizzle,
Yeah,
what you think?
It's all right. Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel
yeah,
like every episode, except for my favorite one, is actually like the Doctor Strange episode. I'm in the minority, but like, feel like that was like an 8, but like every other episode is like a 7.5. Like the whole series has just been like 7.5s across the board. Like I've enjoyed every episode, but they've not been like, oh shit, that was like crazy. Like like every
yeah,
episode's been like, oh neat, cool. That was
Neat.
like so they're entertaining. I like watch them with my mom now on Wednesdays, and like since she's in the MCU, and we just kind of like, no, this is cool. Just I can see it's really good for casual consumption if someone even like my mom can enjoy it, but a hardcore comic fan like myself can also enjoy it, and it's solid. But like I said, it's not blowing me away. It's not blowing the lid off me. But like again, it's that Marvel consistency. I've thoroughly enjoyed at least every episode. I don't think it's been any like pure duds.
yeah.
All right. Sith Lord, how you feel about the What If episode, brother?
Um, this is probably the second or third best episode for me. Um, it was good. It was like CJ said. I agree with the let's give this an 8. And my other 8s would be the Doctor Strange and the T'Challa Star Lord. But I mean, this is a good take on it. I didn't like the fact that Vision was harvesting Black Panther's leg. Like that was kind of disrespectful. And I did like the zombie Scarlet Witch. I like how she yeeted Bucky across the tarmac, and I was like, oh, cool. He's probably dead now. But I do want to see a continuation of that. Like, what's the Hulk doing now in this situation?
Yeah.
I guess that's really all. I didn't like the fact that Hope decided to stay a giant as she started to turn. Like she could have dropped them off and she was still like, large and capable, and she just like stayed a giant. Cause like, that's not gonna definitely affect them later. Like, yeah.
That's
Other than
how I
that,
felt.
it was all right. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, I did like the episode. I mean, I don't really think uh it was top. It was, I want to say top three episodes of What If, this offering. I'm not really familiar with Marvel zombies that happen in the comics, but I do like, it was cool. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. Like everybody said, it's pretty middling. But I did want to get you guys' like, what is the difference between what happened in Marvel Zombies in the comics and what happened in the MCU here?
Well, I will say eating Black Panther's like leg and stuff like that is straight from the comics, so that might be why they did that. And I also
Mm.
appreciated that even though they killed Falcon, they had Okoye do it. Because if a white character would have sliced my man in half like that, I would have felt some type of way.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll Okoye, all
Yeah.
right, I'll accept that. But like,
I wish
if that
Okoye would
was
have survived.
so I appreciate the racial sensitivity, but other than that, like this is the what they changed was mostly like where the virus comes from, like the quantum realm, and they just made it like sillier. Like the Marvel Zombies goes on for like a long time, like too long in the comics. Like it's its own series. It's
Mm.
spun off. The zombies are going to other multiverses. Like shit is wild. So like yeah, I expect them to go like full comic book, but for a simplified version, it was cool. The only thing I didn't like about it was like too many jokes, bro. Like it was like too
Mm.
undercut by comedy. Where
Yeah.
it's like, is this a zombie apocalypse? Or you guys like cracking zingers every few seconds? Like this shit is super light. Like Peter
I
Parker's little
mean,
video, how to survive a zombie apocalypse. Like, aren't all your friends and family dead? Like
yes,
what?
and
This
Uncle
seems
But I
Ben.
mean,
extremely light. Like the tone for this.
at the same time, with that being said, because I was gonna say the only exception should have only been Peter, because what he said to Hope, like on the train, he was like, you gotta keep your head up, bro, in these type situations. He should have been the only comic relief, and that was and Happy was fine also, but everything else was
Right.
kind of like, all right, shut up. Like I
Yeah,
agree,
did we
CJ.
need to bring back the
Besides
Baba
those
Yaga
two,
guy? I don't even remember who the fuck that was when they brought him back. I was
oh,
like, who? Like, is this
he's
guy? Is this
from
another
from
Suicide
He
Ant
was
Squad
Man.
there just for
situation?
that joke, just for the Baba Yaga joke. That's why he was there.
Yeah, disrespectful. I was like, man, you should have just stayed in Suicide Squad, man.
Get that bag, man. Get that Marvel and that DC check.
Well, I know we got a what is it? We got a Killmonger save Tony Stark episode. Party Thor, whatever the fuck that means. They got to assemble. That's probably the last episode. Then there's another one. I'm forgetting. But yeah, that's what if. I mean, I don't have anything else.
Simple concept.
Hulk versus Scarlet Witch. I mean, that was pretty dope. I guess.
We never got an answer because the directors did say that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like they cut these episodes off with kind of like no conclusion, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like how the Doctor Strange episode ended. Like the universe literally like was destroyed. That's the end of the episode. Like, hey, something happened. Yay. Nothing else. Like you cannot continue a story from, oh hey, the universe was destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, you technically could, but like in that type episode, you could not. But like the when Hank kills the Avengers and you see Nick Fury going to go get Captain America and then Captain Marvel's right there with him. Like, okay, so is there going to be a badass fight? Like, can we get something, please?
I mean, I would like to see them work together. Like, I would have liked that, but we're probably not going to get revisited again. That's probably not going to get revisited again, but whatever.
Just like the end of
this towards something.
Yeah, just like the end of this episode. It had Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet and he's a zombie. Like, so now he's a zombie. So now you got different possibilities. Like he can use the Infinity Gauntlet to turn everyone into zombies. Like, bro, like what's going on here? Like, can we get an end?
I have a theory about that. Like, I feel like we're gonna come back to nearly all these stories. Like, all of these shows ended like Attack on Titan episodes. They end abruptly as fuck, and like they end like you said, like in a somewhat open-ended fashion where you could come back to these stories and do a part 2 of nearly every episode. Like, we could do a Peggy Carter in the modern day. It's like in Avengers or what goes on. We could do, like I said, do a Marvel Zombies through the universe now with Thanos. He could snap people into zombies. There's like all types of possibilities for it. The only one, maybe not the evil Doctor Strange, but what if he escaped that universe? All the crazy theories that he's in the Spider-Man trailer and all that shit. So like, there's gonna be there could
Speaking of Doctor Strange and Attack on Titan, would you rather go out like Doctor Strange or Erwin? Now, what was you saying, CJ?
Damn, okay, man. Put some respect on Erwin, man. Erwin's the best character in Attack on Titan.
Marked him to their death. My bad. Now, what was you saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, derail me. I don't even remember what I was saying, man.
I'm sorry. Oh man, only certain people are gonna get that joke. That's why it was funny.
Didn't the Hulk eat Thanos in Marvel Zombies in the comics?
Oh, wow. I didn't read all Marvel Zombies. I'm not even gonna cap. Like, I read like the first couple of issues, and it's cool. Like, I like Robert Kirkman. It's ironic that he did The Walking Dead too. So I mean, like, he's the zombie
Robert
guy.
Kirkman.
And but I just like Walking Dead better because, like I said, Marvel Zombies is always just like too unserious for me and I like What Ifs and Elseworlds, but it just kept going. I was like, oh, this is like a cool Joan. It's like Marvel Zombies #7, and I was like, all right, I'm good, dog. I'm good. This concept is just run its course for me. I don't need to see it just continue on and on and on. But it's cool. Like I said, it's fun. Like that's enough for me. For What If episode is like the perfect way to introduce that concept to people, though. Like, it's fun. I'm not against fun. It's just not really my jam.
Hey, I have a funny question. If you could pick 3 Avengers to save you from the other, like, say it's a zombie apocalypse, you can only pick 3 Avengers to protect you during a zombie apocalypse. What Avengers would you pick?
Probably Hulk. For what? Are we MCU Avengers or just like?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, MCU
Yeah.
Avengers.
I mean, then I'm probably
That's
doing
too
like
convoluted.
Wanda, Hulk, Thor. I just want the strongest niggas, dog. Like, maybe
Mhm.
Vision. Like, I don't know.
Nah, I don't want Vision, bro. He might harvest my leg. That's a dead mission.
Vision, it could be a villain, and in a blink of an eye, he could just do some villain shit anytime.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, oh man, now that I noticed that the world is in a zombie apocalypse and I can partially control them, let's take over the world. Like,
All
come
right,
on,
fuck
bro.
Vision then. Just give me Wanda. Give me Wanda, Hulk, and I'll take Thor. It's either Thor or motherfucking Captain Marvel. But Thor seems like he'd be more
Photon,
fun.
Photon. Don't give me
Yeah,
Captain
I'm
Marvel.
not hanging with fucking Brie Larson.
Yeah, that's awful.
Wow, she's insufferable even in the apocalypse. Jesus, that's crazy.
Nope, give me Photon.
Yeah, no.
Give me my girl. Give me my girl
Don't try
Monica.
to hit.
Take my
Relax. This is
chances with
apocalypse.
Hawkeye.
You're not going to think about that. You're going to be distracted, KB.
Nah, man, just give me Monica, bro. You know, Brie Larson can whatever. I don't want to talk about Captain Marvel right now.
I think me and CJ have the same list, but I'll think about like the what if you got Scarlet Witch, Hulk, and Thor. What if Thor gets bit? We have to worry about Thor now. Like, who's gonna put down Thor?
The Hulk.
First of all, I thought it was hilarious. He said ScarJo because I was like, "You want Black Widow pulling out with the strap?"
No,
like,
I do not. We do not need Black Widow for this. She can stay home. She can stay at Vormir, at the bottom of Vormir. She can stay at the bottom of Vormir. We do not need her.
The bottom of the pit. The bottom of it.
Gonna send her through the uprights like a 50-yard field goal.
Damn, son. But I'd go with Photon, Scarlet Witch, and damn, man, it'd probably be Thor or Iron Man. If Iron Man, Iron Man should have been able to not get bit, I guess, because he's in he's in the
literally
suit.
in a suit of armor.
This son of a bitch took it. He had his mask off. That's son of a. All right, whatever. I don't.
And the also crazy part, yeah, Photon, Scarlet Witch, and Jesus, probably the Hulk, because those other two can fly. The Hulk can't get bit. So I mean, hey, maybe I can fly with them. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I stopped talking.
D-Mac, what's your list?
If he just does not take his helmet off,
well,
I'm pretty confident with those three.
Asterisk leaves helmet on. Nigga, don't take your helmet off. You can be on the team.
Yeah, I feel like I'm good with that.
All right.
I mean, Wanda gets bitten and fucked anyway, but
yeah, we're screwed.
Wanda has chaos magic to change reality. Wanda can just make niggas not zombies. Like, make a reality where everybody's chilling.
Right. Oh yeah, it's MCU Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda's strongest. That's what I said. Wanda's first. Like, I mean, because she could solve all the issues for real. And then maybe Hulk, just in case you really gotta punch some niggas. And then, like I said, then I think the third spot, interchangeable. You could do Iron Man for like strategy and ingenuity. This nigga can build you like 1,000 Iron Man suits. That might be helpful. Like Iron Man 3, your most favorite movie ever, where he has an army of autonomous Iron Man suits, and that could be helpful. Or you could go with Captain Marvel, even though nobody likes Brie Larson in this room apparently, but like she is extremely
like Brie Larson.
powerful.
I saw her do yoga.
And not touching that.
You just need to go to sleep, bro. Just
no. Listen, tomorrow's CJ's birthday. I'm about to go on vacation myself, so I'm never going to sleep.
Just no.
Just Google Brie Larson and yoga, and you probably change your mind. What was you about to say?
I was gonna say, you know who also would have been invincible in this zombie apocalypse? T'Challa. Like,
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, how did they bite
vibranium
him,
suit.
dog?
Exactly.
he didn't,
Why
but
did
he didn't
he
get
took
bit.
a suit off? The fuck? Oh, he got
No,
trapped.
he
Yeah,
ain't get
yeah, he
there.
got
They
taken by
lured him
Vision.
into that trap. Yeah.
Yeah, and Vision was fucking Jesus, that's still disrespectful. But nah, T'Challa could have definitely been fucking invincible the entire time. He
Yeah,
has a
I was.
vibranium suit.
Yeah, got vibranium weave suit. Like, ain't nobody getting through that with no teeth.
Exactly.
But you still got to worry about Ant-Man and Wasp. They can still go really, really small.
Ant-Man is a fucking head, and
I mean, not Wasp. You know, the actual Ant-Man, Hank Pym.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
go to
Yeah,
Skyway.
when Tiny and bit somebody, I was like, bro, that's so fucked up, bro. Like,
Like,
that was
you can't do nothing
disrespectful
with
as hell,
that.
bro.
You can't do nothing
yeah,
with
it's like
that.
again, Hank Pym is a menace. He is a menace to society in every reality.
Like, that's a
No.
hell of a horror movie where you're getting bit by little bugs. Like, come on, man.
Where was he in this? Like
He
after
started it.
he bit
He started
after,
it.
you know what I'm saying? After he bit Captain America, and then he just like that was it.
He served his purpose for
Tiny's
that.
somewhere biting people and shit, running around.
Yeah.
He needed to be the catalyst for another episode, which is strange.
Oh no, he died.
7,000 years old.
He died. Remember?
Who killed him?
He died in the beginning when Thanos' people pulled up. Didn't he die there? It was.
I remember
Who
he
showed
bit
up?
Tony, I think, right?
No,
When he
bit
went
Steve.
small. Oh, he bit
He
Steve.
bit
Okay.
Steve. Yeah. He bit Steve, and then when Bruce came back to Earth at Doctor Strange's house, and he got saved because the two Thanos' boys were there, just like in Infinity War.
Yeah.
And then it was Iron Man, Captain America, and I think it was Hank. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember, bro. I stopped talking.
Yeah. Great episode. All right. We're on to Shang-Chi. What's up?
Hey, don't judge me. Shang-Chi. Yeah.
All right. Initial thoughts. Let me start. I'll start. I like the movie. I like the kung fu. I like the fact that it had Shinron in it. I like what else I like? I like it being a good origin. This is how you do an origin story. Shout out to
Yes.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, pretty solid movie. I would watch it again. The rewatchability is very great. This is a good date movie too. Yeah. Next.
Yeah, it's a solid, sturdy movie. Good ass origin story. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It looked like it saved Marvel's box office theater numbers, man. Like they didn't have a lot of faith in it, but it definitely pulled through. It's making big money. Like I said, great villain, great heartfelt story. We got a likable hero. We got good action, especially in the first two acts. It kind of suffers like a Wonder Woman's Black Panther situation, but maybe to a lesser degree, where the third act is like a big CGI fight in front of a blue screen, and it's like all effects and shit. But other than that, I mean, it's still enjoyable shit going on. It's still fun. So it's like, yeah, I feel like it hits that Marvel pocket of between 7.5 and 8.5 of nearly all their movies hit, and it just hit that sweet spot of like, yeah, Marvel's back to form. Like again, didn't like completely blow me away, but I really enjoyed it. Like I don't know how many times I rewatch it, but like definitely, especially like I said, the bus scene was phenomenal. Definitely thought like the action beats were really good. It's like I enjoy what they did with the Mandarin, especially acknowledging that the comic book Mandarin is stupid. That really vindicated everything I've been saying for a long time. That they're just like, yeah, this concept is dumb, and they reinvented it. I'm not sure. I'm kind of with KB. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the bracelet redesign, and maybe once they explain it, it'll make more
Did what they
sense.
had to do, goddammit. Stop it, KB.
If they're like
They
the
did what
quantum
they had to
bands or
do.
something, or if they
No.
explain it because they're setting it up
He
to be
said
something
no.
bigger.
Yeah,
So
it seems more like the quantum bands. Yeah.
yeah, it could be something bigger and cosmic or something. So it's like I'll I'll reserve judgment before I roast it. But if these aren't anything like special, then I don't know about the slinky bracelets to make Shang-Chi like Avengers power, but it's cool. I think it's better than the
See,
stupid McLuhan alien rings, though. So, like, as much shit as I'm talking,
yeah,
Oh
like, I
yeah,
don't
they
want to
did
see
what they had to
specific
do, man.
of a light levitation ring or like a lukewarm water ring or whatever specific shit those rings did.
Yeah, KB,
Hmm.
what is your beef with the bracelets, man? Come on, man. They did what they had to do. They couldn't do
Bro,
rings. We did that already.
they could have done rings. Come on, man. You and I both know they could have done rings because it would be the same. It's the same shit as the fucking bracelets. They're just another fucking mystical weapon that's being used in the MCU. Like, look how
Hmm.
long it took to assemble all the Infinity Stones. Like, they all. What if they can make the rings and then have something else also on top of that, or maybe the rings will come into like Kang's possession or something like that, since he's supposed to be the big baddie of this
Hmm.
next phase. Like, it's possible, but I mean, like, geez, like I didn't like the complete flip of the script. They could have added rings and gave them like better powers, like not lukewarm water, something like that. It's and I didn't like the Naruto trope at the end of the movie. Like, hey, the actual hey, Pops is the actual bad guy, but Psych, we got a bigger threat now. Like, come on, man. They could have just left it at that, and like maybe he could have released the darkness and got possessed by it, and now you're fighting your dad and the little soul sucking giant monster thing at the same time. Who knows? That could have been cool. They had a whole fucking dragon. I did like
too.
the ending little the first joint though. The first
The first
end
one.
scene
The
credits.
mid
Yeah.
credits, yeah.
Oh, Dre is in the chat. Dre, I'm warning you. We're talking Shang-Chi. I know you haven't watched it yet. I don't want to really spoil it for you if you plan on watching it, but it's a great movie. But you have been warned.
You saw the title.
Well, I didn't write spoiler. I put review. I didn't write spoiler review, but
What do we do when we review stuff? We spoil it.
yeah,
He knew the risk.
You're right. You know what time it is. Well, KB, what did you actually like about the movie? Because I think you're trending downward with this movie.
Oh, yo, bro, the fight scenes were amazing. I will say this is and then because it's kind of a stereotypical Asian kung fu movie, but yes, the best hand to hand combat in like all of the MCU right now. Like, there's nothing. I did like the abilities that Shang-Chi did with the rings, like the whole let's step on these joints and all that and whatnot. That was cool how they like put it in with martial arts. That was really dope. The bus scene was amazing. Uh I would have liked to seen his mom kick ass and then they can cut away when she died, but like maybe they were saying like, ah, man, we have too many fight scenes in here. I wouldn't have cared. We could have had another one. It's cool.
Yeah. B Mac, what you think?
Loved it. I mean, it washed Black Widow out of my mouth, so I completely fixed that shit they did with that. But yeah, I agree. 8.5, typical Marvel movie range. I mean, I had fun with it. It was good. Yeah, I didn't get an end scene with the two dragons and then the Kamehameha and all of that. It was a little bit much. And I was cool with how they did his father, the fake Mandarin. I love the further shitting on Iron Man 3, your favorite movie, apparently.
Whose favorite movie is Iron Man 3?
Somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that a few times now.
I would rather die than watch Iron Man 3.
Not around these parts.
Woo!
But yeah, I love the best part for me though was bringing back the original Mandarin. But Trevor,
Trevor
Oh, that was
Slattery,
hilarious.
yeah, he's MVP for me.
Big Trev.
He played dead. He was like, "Shh, I'm playing dead, man." Like I was like, "Dog, that's Grandpa
And the funny
died,
thing
and you
is,
over
I
here
was
playing with
wondering
dead."
where he went during the whole thing. I'm like, oh, okay, so he's just laying down somewhere, playing dead. Okay,
You
that
know,
makes sense.
Aquafina was actually bearable in this movie. Like
I know. I was worried about her.
She
she
did her
wasn't too
thing, man.
annoying. Yeah, she wasn't too annoying, but like it's still Aquafina. Like, and you can hear her voice switching in the joint. Like, I was like, all right, come on, son. Like, stick with one, please.
Oh man, yeah, she did her thing in here. Like I said, Shinron showed up, helped everybody out.
Random.
You know, Fable punched the wall. He's like, no, my wife's behind the wall. And no, the opposite of
Yeah,
your
it's like,
wife is
did he
behind the wall.
ignore
It was
the
a
mini
dragon.
dragon stealing soul? Like he just
It was
ignored that and just kept
Cthulhu
punching.
behind the wall. And you
Dog,
just,
that should have been, trying. I mean, like, hint number one, like your girl's not back here, dog. Like, come on, man, stop. Your son's telling you, her sister's telling you. Like, why do you have to be a dick? Like, why can't somebody
Yeah,
just
like
listen?
there's dragons coming out every time you punch and stealing people's souls. Like you had to ignore a lot of shit to really still think your wife was there.
Exactly.
So that was a little bit hard to believe, but
He ain't turn around and check on his henchmen, seeing that they getting their souls snatched. Like, come on, man.
nope, I'm a punch.
Yeah, I think
Disrespectful.
the narrative played out in a clever way though, because like they don't reveal till later in the movie that the mom is like completely and clearly dead. Because at first you're kind of like, maybe the dad has a point. I
Yeah,
don't, it's kind of ambiguous. And it's like, no, like thugs beat her to death in front of him. Like she's
dead.
dead, son. Like
She's
she ain't behind no magic wall. And you're like, oh, so this nigga's, oh, okay. Like he went mad with grief and like, but it still makes him sympathetic because he's like a widower. He's like, I just miss my wife and like that's what broke me. And it's like, okay, like you get a little bit more complicated in the sympathy instead of just like I'm the bad guy, I want to end the world or something.
yeah,
It's more of a personal motivation of like I lost my wife and I feel guilty because it's clearly my fault. Like the niggas was looking for me and then they did that. So like it's because I couldn't do my past. So like I think it's just clever. The narrative was unfolded in a really interesting way that was clever and it had some twists that I think were unexpected. That they did stick to the comics on some stuff like making your like MCU main hero like actually have caught a body at the age of 14 where it's like, oh no, I killed that guy, like that was my
yeah. I
secret,
like
like
that. They went back. I
I killed
lied.
the
I
shit out of
did.
that guy,
I smoked
and
his
then
ass.
that's what made me run away because it also helps you explain why he would abandon his sister at 10. Like he was like, well that's shitty, where it's like I'll be back, nigga never came back, and it's like, well damn, like that's not very likable. But again, like the way the movie unfolds the narrative in an interesting way that where the reveals are meaningful and they aren't all coming from a mile away, even though some are. It still has its, it ain't a shocking movie, but at the same time, I do appreciate the boldness of the twist, especially that twist in particular, where it's like, oh yeah, I killed a man, and it helps sell how dangerous he is. Like it's like, oh no, my dad's an immortal warlord who's been training me since birth to be the best fighter ever. So it helps in this Marvel universe where we've seen a lot of incredible fighters to be like, oh no, this guy from San Francisco is like the deadliest motherfucker ever with just the hands. Because like they justify it and they sell it when he's like tossing niggas out that bus and going full Jackie Chan on them.
Yeah. So what is Shang-Chi like in the comics? Like how does Shang-Chi differ in MCU versus the comics?
He's a regular guy. He's with the Defenders, with
Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Heroes for Hire or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Street level. I see what they're doing. The more how everybody level.
What do you say? Right up.
So that sound?
Yeah.
I thought I was breaking up. You going in and out, B?
You ain't out, B? Oh,
Comics universe, maybe, but
Wow. That's so disrespectful. A, B, you were going in and out, and they decided to bring it back once you were done.
oh wow.
yeah. It called the end of it, the tail end.
The literal last part of what you just said,
The
the last
literal
few words,
last
it said,
few words. For real, yeah.
it said, "Hey, we're back."
Uh,
This is disrespectful.
Got my man in the Matrix.
Yeah. New Matrix movie coming out soon.
Y'all peep the trailer?
I did. It's John Matrick. It's John Matrick. That's what it is. John Matrix.
John Matrix.
It was a good
John
trailer.
Matrix merch going on sale. Now, what was you saying, B Mac? Now that you got service.
Oh no.
Oh, went out again. All right, KB, go ahead.
Hold up.
Yes, sir. We got on Shang-Chi still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying, how is Shang-Chi different from the comics in the MCU? And he was saying that he's more street level in the Defenders.
I've yet to read Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I mean, his thing is just he is street level, like you're saying. Like his thing is like he doesn't have all these like mystical powers and shit in the comics. He's like backstory is pretty similar to what it is in the movies, but he's just the best on the planet at kung fu. He's just the best fighter. That's his thing. Like he doesn't need like Iron Fist has the Iron Fist. Is like he doesn't have any of that. He just will beat the dog shit out of you with some kung fu because he's like been trained to be a killer by his warlord dad, who is just a different menacing dude in the comics. So
who would win, Shang-Chi or Batman? Without
you said Shang-Chi or Batman? What?
Yeah, who would win in a fight, Shang-Chi or Batman, without prep time?
I don't know. In a fist fight, probably Shang-Chi. I mean, it's the equivalent. Like, who's the Shang-Chi for? Who trained Batman? Like, Lady Shiva trained Batman. Trying to think of. Be like the equivalent of Shang-Chi in the DC universe. And could they fade Batman? I don't know. Batman's like top 5 hand-to-hand fighters in DC, but he's not like the best because, like I said, they've established that he's like not the greatest fighter. He's the greatest detective, but like some people can whoop his ass. So I would probably say Shang-Chi because there's no one who can whip his ass in just a fist fight in the Marvel universe. Like that's his whole claim to fame.
Batman.
Maybe Taskmaster.
Yeah, I mean, a Taskmaster can maybe stalemate him. I guess they might be able to fight him to a draw, but yeah, I don't know if anybody in just hand to hand could handle Shang-Chi. That's his whole, like I said, that's his claim to fame. He's the master of kung fu. That's his thing. More recently in the comics, they've given him more like powered upgrades, probably in preparation for this movie coming out, as they like to do. So like he's got more mystical like aspects to him, and like I see in the movies, like I said, I was saying before we came on, like it makes a lot of sense to give him a power up like the 10 rings if he's going to be an Avengers level like player in this instead of just like the guy who's the best on the planet at kung fu, because that won't help against Thanos and Kang the Conqueror level threats with like martial arts and stuff, which is why I think we're moving away from Black Widow and Hawkeye type people on the Avengers, where we've got more cosmic threats and level people like Captain Marvel, and now we've got all the crazy here Shang-Chi with these crazy 10 rings, and we don't know what mystical or cosmic artifact they actually are. So like they're combining the McLuhan 10 rings from the comic with something else. Like I said, some people have the theory that it's the quantum bands and it might tie into, Quasar, or like they might combine that with some stuff and we can do some more cosmic, infinity gauntlet type stuff. But, I don't know. I think it's cool. Like it gives him the ability to still be like a martial artist, but on that super powered cosmic level scale now. So he can still keep his base ability of being like fighting is my thing, but also I can hang with the Hulk and not look ridiculous.
Dre in the chat says Shang-Chi could beat Taskmaster though.
Yeah, I mean, I say that because they consistently say Shang-Chi is the best hand-to-hand fighter in Marvel, and it's like not a question about that. So if he can beat anybody, without powers, then I mean, yeah, I would imagine he could beat Taskmaster. Taskmaster's been gotten his ass beat before.
Yeah. What else happened in this movie? The end credit scene.
Oh yeah, the sister. We didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I wonder where we're gonna see the 10 rings again too, because that's quite interesting. Where they set it up like the like it's a stinger for like a Disney Plus show or something, or like there's like the 10 rings will return, not like Shang-Chi will return, but like you're gonna see the 10 rings in something soon. Like they're gonna be back, and she's gonna be the new Mandarin essentially. I mean, she just doesn't have the power. Shang-Chi's got the actual power of the 10 rings, but she's got the power of the organization, so she's gonna be a player in the Marvel universe going forward too. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on. That looks more like Disney Plus stuff to me, but like could be a factor in the movies as well. So I think
maybe she meets up
cool.
with what's her name?
Oh, maybe Sharon Carter.
Sharon Carter.
Yeah. Over there in Mandrapore.
Yeah, that could fit. I can definitely see that. We didn't talk about the Abomination too, like the fact that they're clearly setting up the She-Hulk show, and because like Abomination was not explained at all in this movie, like not even a little bit. He was just in that jail, and then he was out that jail, and it was like, okay, what?
Hey, Dre, we did talk what if, but it was like we kind of wrapped it up in like 5 minutes. It was a good episode. Wasn't I mean, one of the best. I mean, we all agreed that it was one of the best episodes. One of the better episodes. We still have like 4 more, so it was pretty cool. Oh, okay, that was good audio. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Whatchamacallit? Shang-Chi and the end credits.
Oh,
the end credit scene. And then
I was saying she got
to
link up with Valentina Villa. You know what I'm talking about, Elaine from Seinfeld. I didn't want to call her that, but that's what I know her as. Valentina Allegro or something.
Yeah, you get a whole Thunderbolt squad going on.
Dre in the chat says, this episode was the best episode to me. I can see that.
I wouldn't fight it.
Captain Marvel. Second one was what if they all got killed? I mean, the Hank Pym being a villain was like the worst one to me. Like who?
Yeah, that was definitely the worst episode for me too, man.
Like I woke up early for this shit. For Hank Pym to come in a yellow jacket suit, and be like, "Oh, you," and his eyebrows really pissed me off the most. Like, what the fuck?
But now eyebrows were just wild. You killed my daughter, so I'm gonna kill everyone.
Why do you sound like Michael Douglas right now? He really sounded like He really sounded like Michael Douglas to me.
Hey, man.
Oh shit.
Like that episode, we got a bonfire at that episode, man. Like that one episode. And
Dre, we got a bonfire Teen Titans. We got bonfire Teen Titans, and you have to come on, and because you have to come to court, you got to come to fire court, and you got to stand trial for recommending Teen Titans. Because TJ has been throwing up every day since he's been watching that show. Look at him now. He's depressed. He's been going through it. This is the first time smiling in weeks.
CJ wants to take you to bonfire court, and as your judge, I accept his subpoena to bring you in, and I will be the judge. We're gonna have our jury, and you're getting sued by CJ. So tune in to the next episode of Bonfire. I'm
Bro,
listening.
when I seen Beast Boy jump into martial arts, bro, like that was it for me. That broke me
CJ,
when
save
that
it,
came
save
out.
it, save it, save it, save it for
Save it, save
cause.
it, save it, save it. You have
Anything
to
you say
unleash
and
It'll be a
can and
3-hour
will be used
episode.
against you in a court of law.
in the court of fire.
Yeah, in the court of fires. Exactly.
Oh man. All right. He says Hank Pym the villain twice. Unlike others, I didn't like the Doctor Strange episode, and I am getting crucified for Titans.
Wait, hold on. Hank wasn't the villain twice. You can't.
He kind of
You
was.
can't. But you can't. No, it was Hope because Hope was like, "I want you to save mommy."
Yeah.
That's what she was like, bro. No, Hope was technically the bad guy. Why do you think she went out like that? She was like, "Oh, hey, I need to redeem myself because I started this mess." You're damn right you did. I don't want to hear it. It wasn't Hank. Hank was just a casualty, cannon fodder.
He was a catalyst.
But that's
He was the catalyst.
no.
He was the catalyst
Janet
twice
was.
in
Janet
the
So he
was.
was
same
just the
show.
first nigga to get bit. He wasn't the catalyst.
Yeah, he wasn't the
He was
catalyst. He was just
nigga just got bit. He ain't know he's the nigga most likely to get bit. He was like, "What the fuck is going on?
yeah,
It's
no
over,
bullshit.
son. He's zombie,
It's
first zombie."
it's like how the Mandarin wanted to see his wife. He wanted to see his wife. He ain't know the consequences, bro. Well, the Mandarin should have known the consequences because he should have listened.
Yeah,
But
man been alive forever, dog. That man unleashed a fear lord. At least we got to see our first fear lord in the Marvel universe, like the He Who Dwells or whatever the fuck that is. Like that's like one of the fear lords from the comic books. So he's like as powerful as like Nightmare and all them. So like we
Yeah,
got
I
some
heard about that.
association.
Yeah, I
Maybe
heard
some
about him
setup for
being linked
Doctor
to Nightmare
Strange.
and shit. Yeah. So what do y'all think about that beacon thing they was talking about? Like the rings have set off a beacon. Who do
maybe
you
it
think they call it?
Maybe it ties into Eternals.
Yeah, maybe it could be Celestial, it could be Galactus. I don't know how soon Fantastic Four is in production, but like it could be somebody's on the way or somebody has been alerted to these things being active. So it's quite interesting because it could be a lot of things in Marvel. So I was like, I'm not sure. Maybe it's like a nihilist or something. It could be something bad. It could be something good. We don't know where those rings are from or their origin. If that thing is friend or foe or is coming. So I think that's quite interesting.
What if they came down the same time as the Eternals and it belonged to what do they call their enemies? Deviants? What if it was
Yeah,
a really
like the
strong
deviants.
deviant? What if it came from a really strong deviant and the Eternals were sent to Earth to go stop them? And yeah, but what's his name got to the deviant because he was fucked up and falling into the atmosphere and hitting the ground at like cosmic speed or whatever. Hey man, that's just my theory, and I'm not going to stick to it because we know how Marvel is.
Hey man. Yeah, like I said, that's the two end credit scenes. I like, to me, because I vehemently hate Iron Man 3. I feel vindicated by what Wen Wu said. When Wu said, he stole my name and y'all was scared of a chicken dish and y'all were scared of an orange. I was like, yes, please shit on that because that didn't make sense to me either, you know? So I felt vindicated in that moment. I felt good about that. Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, that's what, like I said, one of my favorite scenes. He really vindicates everyone who's been shitting on the Mandarin. It's like, this villain is stupid, right? This is why they didn't want to use him, or they tried to work a way around not
Yes,
using him in the Iron Man movies, even though he's the arch villain. Because like, this is kind of racist, isn't it? Is it just a
yes,
little bit? We're just
it's
like
kind of racist.
menacing Asian Mandarin with his dragon magic, and like it's like they really lean into the Asian part. I don't know. I'm not really into. This is weird. And like
Yeah,
Marvel felt that weirdness, and it was like, let's not use the Mandarin, even though it's a little problematic now. And like, yeah, they worked around it. It's just like this was obviously always fucking stupid. People are scared of like the persona of like the menacing old Asian American tropes and stereotypes and stuff. Where it's like Yeah, like it was always he was always something deeper and more menacing, and like this was a cooler version of like the warlord, immortal version of the Mandarin. Is like I'm beyond that. Like I'm. We're not doing it. We're doing it kind of Ra's al Ghul style. You know what I'm saying? We're
Mhm.
behind the scenes. We're gonna control things more quietly rather than just world domination type shit. And I felt that, and like how he actually gave it up for a while. I was like, this man gave up being an immortal warlord. He's over here playing Twister with his family. They having game nights and eating pizza. Like my man
Oh
They
really
were
yeah,
did
playing
love her,
Dance
man. That
Dance.
man gave up
They were
everything. He
playing
put the
Dance
rings
Dance
away.
Revolution.
Yeah, they
yeah.
playing DDR. I was like, man, this man went from like a full house dad. Like, goddamn, like
He
from.
retired.
And I also love his revenge scene, even though it was inappropriate to take your son on that hit, where he was like, "Show me the people that killed your mom. Point them out
Nah,
to me."
bro. Hey, nah, that's justified,
Let
man.
him see.
His mom died in front of his eyes. I mean, even though he should have not been watching, but I mean, he saw that. So like, hey, beat these niggas, beat them all.
Yeah, for what he was grooming his son to be, I understand why he took him along. But like, yeah, and he handled business. I mean, he handled those dudes, and he took care of it. And I was like, yeah, that's about right. If you did that to my lover,
Man.
I'd pull up on you just like that with the
Hey, who's Machete Man? Who is that?
Oh,
Just a
Razor Fist.
random guy?
Razor Fist is from the
lackey from
comics.
the comics, the same as Death Dealer, where it's like they're not big characters and they didn't do big things in this movie. But
Which one
Razor
is
Fist could
Death
come back,
Dealer?
right? He survived, I think.
Which one is Death Dealer?
The one with the
The one
mask,
with
the
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 painted
cool
face.
mask,
Oh, the Blue Ninja.
Blue.
with like the white mask, the one who's
Yeah,
fighting him in the scaffolding scene or whatever.
yeah. Wasn't that blue? The outfit was blue.
Mm-mm. It was black.
Yeah, I think it was just black.
I don't know. I just saw this. I swear it was blue. Maybe I'm colorblind now, you guys.
Oh, that's cool. Um,
Oh, the outfit was blue. I just googled it. Stop it. Y'all
what?
stop it. I know I wasn't
I
crazy. I
remember.
know I wasn't crazy. Nah, son. The outfit was
Whose
blue.
outfit was blue?
The ninja with the white mask.
I guess it was like
Okay.
I
I
didn't
thought
call
it
you a
was
liar,
black.
man.
Nah,
It's like
man,
the
y'all
whole
try to.
dress thing again. Is the dress white and blue or gold and pink? I don't know. It's whatever you think.
Nah. It's blue. You stop that. Look in the chat right now. I just sent it. It's blue, bro.
Oh, he really going to send it. All right, let's see.
I
I
sent the
did, bro.
receipts.
Okay, it is blue. I thought it was
Hey,
black.
no, you colorblind.
Oh, it was just nighttime.
Yeah,
Nah,
like every scene was like, again, I'll be tired of that nighttime shit, bro. Like, let's fight in the dark at night on some things. Like, come on, dog. Let me see these effects, bro. Somebody put a side by side of this movie's action scenes in the Iron Fist TV show, and it is fucking, it's not, it's as bad as you think it is.
Hey, but we haven't talked about Bruce because we saw Bruce in the end credits scene, and he's back human, but he looks like shit.
he's
Quite
old,
sure that's
bro.
for budgetary reasons.
Exactly.
And for future movies or for the TV show to set the precedent so they don't have to do it for the TV series, for the TV budget, so he can appear more, but also like they don't have to keep doing CGI and running that. The Hulk CGI is pretty fucking good too. So it's like that
Mm.
costs some bread to get it that Thor Ragnarok level of good Hulk. So it's like just have him the right an excuse for him to be Banner again, which looks like what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. Or maybe he already did his blood transfusion to create the She-Hulk, and maybe that's why he lost some of his gamma, and maybe that's why he's Bruce. So he'll lose his Hulk to create the She-Hulk. That might be a good way to write it, and Bruce can be like a
Yeah, that's a
mentor
good
for her.
way. Yeah, that's not even be a good way for her to, get her powers or whatever.
Yeah, maybe a redemption arc for the Abomination because he's working with Wong on something. I mean, for some reason they're running like a racket in some fight club in China, and Wong is taking him back to some sort of containment cell, possibly at the raft or wherever he is. He's being contained like a prisoner, and like he has some good working relationship with Wong for some reason, which is super
Yeah.
random.
Wong
Um,
is like the weirdest person in the universe now. He just has weird link ups and he just disappears and fights abominations and stuff. Like, what was you
that's
about
Yeah,
to say,
when
and
KG?
they were in
I was,
what are the sisters' office too. So it's like they were running the racket together. And then he called him by his first name. He was like, "Chill, Emil." So it's like, you know, the abomination. You didn't just meet him at this fight club. Like you guys are like friends. Like
Yeah.
why are you doing this though? Like why are you friends with the abomination? When did you become friends with the abomination? To what end? Like what is going on? Like and they're like counting up money. So like, what do you need money for, Wong? Like, I don't understand what's happening.
Hey man, New York is expensive, man.
That's what I'm saying. I know Wong got snapped. Did he just have back due bills or something? And he's just like, we got to run this up, bro. Let's just run this scam. Like, I don't know what's happening. Wong has become, like I said, quite an interesting character. I'm sure we're going to see much more of him in the next couple movies as we get Spider-Man and then Doctor Strange after that.
Yeah.
So Marvel added some movies to their calendar today too.
Yep. I saw 3 dates, two of them in like 2023, something like that.
Yeah, and they just like rearranging other shit. So like I said, it's gonna be good. I didn't realize we get like 4 movies next year. It's gonna be dope. And then
Yeah.
we getting some video game love too for the Marvel fans with
ooh,
Spider-Man
that
2 being
Spider-Man.
announced. And then
Hey.
an Insomniac Wolverine game. As tired of Wolverine as I am, like that still sounds pretty fucking dope. I'm not gonna fake.
I gotta see some gameplay before I get
That
invested.
gentleman has to be rated M though, or I'm not even gonna bother with it. Like if I don't see blood everywhere, then that Wolverine game. And if I don't get to pick Laura or other members of the Wolverine family, like I'm just all Wolverined out. Like he is getting so much right now. And he's like I said, what is it, the Midnight Suns game? He's in that joint.
Yeah.
Wolverine has just got announced for a huge Marvel Comics event centered around Wolverine with the 2 of them basically, the 10 lives and the 10 deaths of Wolverine, which is a big enough to be an event by itself. So that's not an X-Men event. That's a Marvel Universe event. So that might be like a Days of Future Past type thing, but whatever it is, it's a Wolverine thing. So it's like, all right, we get more Wolverine. Wolverine has 2 books out right now. He has his own solo title, and then he's got the X-Force book, which is not a Wolverine book. He's like a center member of that book. And also, like some of the issues are direct tie-ins to the Wolverine book. Like whenever there's an event like Hellfire Gala or Ten of Swords, like X Force is like a continuation of the Wolverine book. So we're getting a lot of Logan Wolverine, even though he's not the main Wolverine on the X-Men team. They pick Laura for that, but like Logan's still fucking everywhere, and he's getting video games. And I get it. You got to sell stuff. He's the most popular X-Men person and most recognizable. But at the same time, like, bro, can we get a little bit of something else? Could have been an X-Men game, like an Insomniac X-Men game would have been exciting, but it's like, no, just Wolverine. It's like, damn. Can I get the rest of like, can I at least get both Wolverines? Like give
Speaking
me
of
something.
just Wolverine, they're coming out with the Guardians of the Galaxy game too.
With just
Um,
Peter Quill. I mean, everyone else is in it, but you can only play as Peter Quill. Like, because
Yeah,
even
I'm
in the
not excited
Spider-Man
for
game, you
that.
can be Miles and then you can be Peter. So I'm hoping they at least do that for the Wolverine game. Like, can I be Laura and can I get Wolverine and maybe we can get 2 different play styles with them and stuff like that. And you can, switch like that or, just give us something. I just don't want to just like, you want to be Wolverine for like 50 hours. Like, yeah, I guess if it's fun enough, I guess. But like,
yeah, I guess.
yeah, like I just don't need this much Wolverine love. Like there are a lot of interesting, awesome members of the X-Men that are not Wolverine. But then again, in his defense, he plays well best for a solo side adventure. Like if you just want to play Wolverine, Wolverine has his own locations and Madripoor. He's got his own side shit that he's been doing. So I'm excited. I got to see a ratings first. I got to see, what the gameplay looks like. It's just weird that the people who made the Amazing Spider-Man game, the next character will be Wolverine. I would think it would be a more Spider-Man like character or someone who can navigate an open world like they did. But like, I'm excited. Insomniac, they're slaying those Spider-Man games right now, so they've bought a lot of goodwill. So
Yeah.
And they threw out a trailer for God of War.
Yeah.
Oof, it was beautiful. I'm so
it's
ready, man.
always top tier shit. PlayStation is just killing with these exclusives. Like, I don't even know why Xbox are still around.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Controversy. Uh oh. Tony gang for life. Uh-oh.
I'm not disagreeing, but like Microsoft kind of does have a better environment, if that makes sense. But PlayStation definitely owns the single player exclusives.
Yeah, I feel like it just depends on what type of gamer you are. I'm less of a multiplayer gamer at this point in my life, and I'm more like I like those single player epics, and like PlayStation's be delivering them jumps, bro. Like Uncharted, Ghost of
Xbox be
Tsushima,
trying to
like it
get you
just
to
be
play fucking Halo. They trying to shove Halo down your throat every goddamn console.
Halo and Gears.
Yeah,
Gears.
yeah. Like I don't like Gears. Like Halo's fun. Like I do like Halo, but like yeah, I was just never on Gears. Bulky ass niggas running around chainsawing each other. It's just not my thing, bro. Like I like Mass Effect. I played that on Xbox because they came out on Xbox first, I think. So like,
yeah, no, Mass Effect should have stayed an Xbox exclusive, honestly.
yeah, because only the third one came out on PlayStation. So I remember like I played those on Xbox, and that was cool. Like I said, I had some good times on Xbox, but then again, like I said, the exclusives are just not for me. And PlayStation right now, like that was back then, but right now they're just killing the exclusives. Like I said, I'm about to fire Ghost of Tsushima up again and live out my samurai fantasies. You know what I'm saying? They got Spider-Man, living out my superhero Spider-Man fantasies. Like they got all these great exclusives, man.
Hey,
like
Dre in the chat says Sony gaming forever. PlayStation is the GOAT. Thank you.
And the controller design is superior. Like I'm sorry, like I don't like the Xbox controller, especially like the newer ones.
I'm sorry. That's the only thing I won't argue with people when it came to Xbox versus PlayStation would be the controller. They're like the controller. I mean, well, they would say controller layout, and I'm like, bro, it's literally the same order on the PlayStation. No one really ever told me like controller size being wonky and everything, but it was always the layout. I'm like, son, it's literally the same buttons in the same spot.
Yeah, it's like, laid out nearly the same. It's just the ergonomically, the way it sits in your hands and like the spacing and like just the the design of it. I think PlayStation Master, that's why their controller design doesn't change. They just upgrade the shit and the technology in it. But like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like they found the perfect shape for you to hold a game controller. Like it's pretty solid. It's pretty comfortable. Like
instead of
I've
holding
had issues.
Big ass goddamn controller that they have at Xbox.
The first Xbox was comical, bro. Yeah, like that Xbox, like that junk was so bulky. I was like, "What
with
is
the white and black
this?"
button? I don't know. Like, well, why is there a white and black button? What is going on? Why are there so many buttons on
the
here?
White and black button.
Why are there so many buttons on this damn thing?
I don't even know what they did, bro. What
big old circle in the middle of it. Like I was like, bro, this showing wasting space.
Then that console was heavy as shit. Like, you couldn't put that in no book bag. What is this?
That was a duffel bag console, bro.
With a briefcase.
The only thing I will say about the controller for PlayStation, if they made like a slightly bigger one, I would be fine because like I tend to hit the touchpad a lot on the joysticks with my thumbs. So that's the only thing.
When I first got that jump first became a function that became an issue too. I would always forget about that shit in the middle. It'd be kind of annoying, but there's variations of it. I just think they got the superior controller. Like my favorite console of all time had like the worst controller. It was a goddamn Dreamcast, bro. Like well, okay, like this is fine, but why are the buttons so tiny? Like why are the buttons so small? Like why
is the controller
Marvel
so
versus
massive?
Capcom 2 just abusing my fingers on a tiny
Dre in the chat says, I have huge hands and always feel uncomfortable touching Xbox controllers. I feel uncomfortable touching Xbox controllers in general. So like I understand your pain. You know, I don't like Xboxes. Yeah.
Oh wow. Think on that, man.
So is that everything for Shang-Chi? I mean, we did all the credits. We talked about the movie. We talked about
my last thing. Shout out to Michelle, what's her face? From
Michelle Yo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She popped in. I was like,
wonderful.
She's in.
Hey,
I was like, she's karate. In. Exactly. Hey, she was kicking ass, man.
Yeah. Shouts to Michelle Yo. Also,
Yeah.
shouts to the actor that played Win Wu. I mean, we won't see him anymore, but he did a good job, I think. Like CJ did mention earlier, we think we didn't solve the villain problem because you killed one off in the same movie. You introduced them, so it is what it is. Got to ride out with that. Yeah. I told everybody on Facebook I get this movie at 8.7. Uh, I stick to that. You know. Yeah. Is that everything, fellas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm ready for the Agents of Atlas spinoff. Let's get all the Asian characters together and get that comic book together. Like, no, for real, like it's a pretty good comic too. Like you get Amadeus Cho, you can get even a Hulk or his
Oh,
Hulk form or
Cho.
not Hulk form. You get Jimmy Woo as a part of that team. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Yeah.
you could do something. You can build a little Agents of Atlas, or maybe that's just something they can build up in the Shang-Chi movie franchise. Give him like a team, give him a squad. You know what I'm saying? Beyond just Aquafina. I mean, which is cool. Like I said, I
He
actually
got
like she was good
Wu.
in this movie
I
too.
mean
But like,
Wong. He got
yeah,
Wong
Wong, like
too.
he could be a part of the Agents of Atlas in the MCU or something like that. So it's another team that they could set up, and they could get that popping. Endless spin-off potential. You know what Marvel is trying to do? It's franchises on franchises.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to see that too. I'm interested to see what they do in Shang-Chi 2. That's going to be hard to goddamn say. Shang-Chi 2. All right. Yeah, so everybody, that's the episode for today. We will see you again to talk about what if next week. For BMAC, for Sith Lord, for C Jizzle, aka Puffco Poppy. Thank you for joining us on a new episode of Fire Films. Like I said earlier, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave a comment, rate, all that good stuff. Find us on Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review and comment. That helps our algorithms and help get us noticed. Also, we have merch available. Please contact us at Fire Squad Network at Gmail for any inquiries and anything else. Thank you for joining us, gang.
Okay.